Students need to know the difference between set theory, which is also known as quantity times value kind of questions, from those of assumption or supposition questions. So what's the difference between these two types of questions? Let's read the question on the left first, which is a set theory question. There were 3 times as many bicycles as tricycles in a park. Given that there were 126 wheels, how many bicycles were there? Then read the assumption question on the right. There were 56 bicycles and tricycles altogether in a park. Given that there were a total of 126 wheels, how many bicycles were there? If you look at these two questions, there are just a slight difference between the two questions, which distinguish one, which is a set theory question, from the other, which is the assumption kind of question. Let's look at the first description. It says that the value of each item is either given or can be derived. For both of these questions, the value of each item here refers to the number of wheels of each of these vehicles. So you have to derive yourself that each of the bicycle has 2 wheels and each tricycle has 3 wheels. Same for the assumption question as well. If you have bicycles having 2 wheels each and tricycles having 3 wheels each. So yes. Next, it says that the second description is about the total value of all items they are given. Yes, okay, for the set theory question, the total value of all items is given as 126 wheels. For the assumption question, also the same. It says that there is a total of 126 wheels. So yes. So now we come to the most important part, which is the third one. It says that the quantity of each item is given either in the form of action number or in terms of units. For the set theory question, yes, the quantity of the bicycles and tricycles were given in terms of units, because they said that there are actually 3 times as many bicycles as tricycles in a park. But if you look at the assumption question, they did not tell you how many bicycles and tricycles were there. They never even give you in terms of units. Actually, you are supposed to find out how many bicycles were there. So for assumption kind of questions, they will not give you the quantity of each of the item. The next description is on the total quantity of all items given. For the assumption question, yes, they tell you the total quantity of bicycles and tricycles were 56. Okay, but for the set theory question, they never tell you how many vehicles are there in total. So the question on the left is actually a set theory question, whereby the question on the right side is the assumption question. The first step to solve set theory question is to group the items according to the quantity of each item. It says there are 3 times as many bicycles as tricycles in a park. So for every group, definitely you can have 3 bicycles and only 1 tricycles. This group as well, 3 bicycles and 1 tricycles. You don't know how many groups are there, that's why I put a dot in between. But no matter how many groups are there, it will always be 3 times as many bicycles as tricycles. That's why every single group there should be 3 bicycles and 1 tricycle. And everything there contribute a total of 126 wheels. Next step is to find out in one group how many wheels are there. Each bicycle has 2 wheels. Okay, so 2 plus 2 plus 2, and a tricycle has 3 wheels. So each group should have a total of 9 wheels. And if there are a total of 126 wheels and each group contributes to only 9 wheels, so you take 126 to divide by 9 to get 14. What is this 14? It means that there are 14 of such groups with one group producing 9 wheels, such that a total you will get 126 wheels. So if there are 14 groups and one group have 3 bicycles, so 14 times 3 to get a total of 42 bicycles. That's how you solve set theory questions. Of course, set theory question can be also done by the quantity times value way, which I will not touch on today. Let's look at the assumption question. It is called assumption or supposition because in the first place you are supposed to assume all of the items there are just one type of item. Okay, so for example, I have assumed that all of them were tricycles. if all of them were tricycles, and tricycles each of them have 3 wheels, so 56 times 3, I will have a total of 168 wheels. However, my total number of wheels was only 126. So there were actually more wheels than stated in the problem because we considered all the bicycles as tricycles as well. So you will take the assumed value minus the actual value to find out that there is actually an extra of 42 wheels has been counted due to changing all the bicycles into tricycles. Then the difference between the number of wheels each bicycle and tricycle has is 1. So when you change every bicycle into tricycle, you will have added 1 extra wheel to the total value. Since there are extra of 42 wheels coming out, and by changing every bicycle to tricycle will just contribute 1 more wheel, when you take 42 divided by 1, you can find out that there are actually 42 bicycles that you have changed them into tricycles. Therefore, there should be just 42 bicycles at first.